Deanna Brown with K2OH Solutions and
Kathy here with you today.
hello. You know, our topic today is around culture and climate and what's going on with that in our organizations. We talk about that extensively between ourselves a lot.
I've got a great example I'd like to share, just working with a group today, where they had an aha moment about their deliverables as an organization. They're a public organization, a group of public organizations. And the aha moment they had when we were talking about culture and how they impact their culture and how they work day to day was, oh, it's not enough to continue to lean out processes and policies and job skills. It's not enough to focus on that. I mean, that will get you a certain part of the way in your work with your clientele, but it's not everything. And why is that?
Why is that? Because guess what? You have humans running all of these systems and policy decisions and interactions with people. And humans, as I've mentioned before, have been drastically altered in the last couple of years by, everything that our world has had to face. And that's created a lot of emotion and a new behavior pattern for a lot of people that then they bring to work, right? Every single day.
Right. And science tells us that we as human beings, basically, we live our life on autopilot. 95% of how we go about our daily life is in the subconscious mind. And so our beliefs and our habits, even, how we were impacted by a D on a math grade when we were 10 is going to manifest itself potentially when you're 40.
Absolutely.
And how is that, if I come to you and say, hey, you're not delivering on this process quite right, it's impacting Joe over here, ooh, that's going to trigger something in that human being that maybe goes way back in their programming. And that's going to trigger feelings and emotions. And from there,
guess what? Behaviors
and actions in the daily workplace.
Which is the climate that we all, have to experience every single day with our team members. And, whether you're in a building or you're at home virtually, there's still a climate going on. And that has been drastically altered, right? And historically, we've always had this, don't deal with emotions at work. You have work to do. And, and that's really shifted, I think, in so many ways at so many levels now, as I think it should. I think it's time for that authenticity to be there. And so when we work with people on their culture and their climate, remember the culture is really about the core values that the organization espouses to be there. But the climate is based on those daily behaviors and those triggers that all the humans show up and use every day, right? And so we have a wide array of some time-tested, creative, effective tools to use.
Right. We have some assessment tools that are statistically sound around culture and climate that really get people engaged. Well, what is my current culture, and how is that impacting our outcomes in the organization? So this reciprocity around culture, and then how we interact on a daily basis. Do we understand our mission and vision? Do we all agree with it? Number one.
Yeah, maybe it's changed.
How is that affecting delivery and how we're interacting on a daily basis? So how do you get at all that, And that's what some of the assessment tools allow us to do, and then pinpoint, here are some things in the culture and how they manifest in the climate that you might want to think about. Maybe it's your reward systems, maybe it's communication up and down in the organization, people's value they feel they're given by leaders in terms of setting mutual goals. So really allowing us to pinpoint and then provide some professional consulting around
that.
How you affect these things, because it isn't just continuing to lean out policies and procedures. And
it's not.
efficiency.
And just chatting with people and trying to build them up, and all those things are great. But if you just take, for instance, the umbrella of grief as an example, every human around us now is in some area and level and space of grief. It could be all the way back from just what you've experienced in the last couple of years that has forever changed. Socially, we don't operate the same. A lot of our systems and things in the world have changed. The work world has changed around those, that weren't ready for it. All the way from people that have, had to experience the loss of friends and family members through death, the loss of careers, the loss of so many things. So if you just take grief as one emotion and say, yeah, this is who's showing up every day to deliver these systems and policies and experiences for the customer, that's a lot.
It's a lot. So when you're thinking about how do I get more efficient, you might want to delve into what everybody is contributing and bringing to the organization every day, because those typical efficiency metrics certainly are not the primary driver. And we'd be happy to work with you, have a conversation with you about how we might be able to peel that back and help you in your organizations.
And continue to move forward with it. So yeah, give that some thought today. It's a big topic, so we'll touch on it multiple times again.